Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Street Talk, we deal with political, social, and economics here in Michigan, across the U.S., and abroad. Now, joining me tonight,
Dennis Burnside.
Patrick Maynard.
All right, man, we got a lot to cover, but I just want to mention, since we into Black History Month, and for me, 66 days is Black History to me, and million more of blacks out here. But lady named Miss Felix Wheatley, born 1753, passed away 1830, was the first American poet here in the U.S. And
Bad woman. I don't know anything about her, man. Phyllis Wheatley. Have to look that up.
yeah.
She went to high school with Paget, right? You say 1853.
I wasn't in that high school.
Oh, okay. All right.
But you were saying, Patrick,
Well, I mean, what did she do?
she was a poet. A poet.
Poet, man.
Oh, okay.
Rhymes.
I couldn't catch it. It's like when they say Psalm, we say Psalm, they say
You got a
song.
Caribbean accent. He got a Mississippi Delta accent. I got a Midwest accent. So we all
We all
interpret
mixed
it.
up, man. We mixed up.
What we gonna start on? I know you want to talk about Trump.
Let's talk about that photo,
Okay. All right. Well, it was actually a video.
the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He sent
Yeah.
a video out portraying Democratic rivals as various animals for whatever reason at
The man's crazy.
at 2:48 on a Sunday or Monday night, and the very last segment of it portrayed President Obama and his lovely wife Michelle as apes, which is a trope that's used by Europeans for people of African descent forever.
Fall way back.
Which leads me to ask, is this projection? Because apes have a lot of body hair. They got flat butts, they got thin lips, and they got small genitalia. I don't know if they talking about too many brothers or sisters, but be that as it may, he put this out there, and then he got pushed back.
Yes.
He got pushed back from even the
Scott.
Republican side of the aisle. Coon and Extra Gums, Tim
Yeah.
Scott
Yeah.
actually objected.
Yeah.
And Trump, for him, did something unusual in that he took down the video, but he refused to apologize for
right.
it.
Yeah.
And the people in his MAGA sphere lauded him for not taking it down. And you even had a few coons. There's this one sergeant, former cop, I forget his name. I don't want to know his name. He's trying to explain it away. It wasn't racist. It
Yeah.
was just political, and it was always got to be some Negroes
Yeah. Oh yeah.
that come to the
Yeah.
rescue, but
Yeah.
it was explicitly, inexplicably, for no other reason than what it was, racist.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even prompted by anything externally. He just decided he wanted to say some
Yeah.
racist stuff that
Well,
night,
you
and
know,
he did it.
Yeah. Whenever he figured that right now his 39%. You know.
Oh, he's worse than that.
Okay. I
Oh,
know
he's
it's-
much worse than
I
that.
know it's in the 30s.
No, it's depending on the poll, he's in the high 20s to the low 30s.
Yeah.
And that's a reflection of the economic reality that they're trying to.
You mean after he picked up
trying
all that
to,
mess from
hide.
Biden?
Pardon me?
I thought he cleared up all the mess from Biden.
Well,
As a matter of
we
fact-
talked about this a few weeks ago, Patrick. When you go to the grocery store, you ain't thinking about Biden. You think about the price of eggs, right? And they ain't gone down; they've gone up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard this piece from him. The prices have gone down 400, 500, even 600%.
Oh yeah, they're
So
free.
which means they're supposed to be giving you money, you know?
Yeah. They're supposed to pay you to buy them.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And job the employment rate is flat and diminishing. All economic activities that have to do with regular everyday people,
Down.
the cost of goods and services, the chances of you getting a job that pays enough, all those things, healthcare, et cetera, all just terrible numbers with the exception of the stock market. Now that's starting to show some volatility.
50,000.
You have the Bitcoin market go down by 50% at the end of last week. 50%.
Yes.
That's a half a lot of people's wealth.
Yeah.
And the problem is, man, that there is no plan in place. There's nothing that is bolstering up a lot of these portfolios other than speculation on what IT can bring. So a lot of people have been pouring money into IT. That's kept the S&P elevated for a long time because those stocks continue to climb because people put more money into them. Now people are starting to wonder, what's going to be my return on this? Is this what they say it's going to be? And then, of course, you're starting to see the global South, as we've talked on this show in the past, assert economic independence from the West. We don't need the U.S. dollar.
No.
We don't need to go through the IMF and get a loan that's usury. We can help each other out.
Yes.
I got assets. You got assets. You got a sovereign currency. I have a sovereign currency. As long as we both back it up with what's real, which is platinum, rare earth minerals, gold, agricultural products that they make, that they grow in South America in abundance, like wheat, cotton. But they don't need us.
No.
And they're starting to assert this, and all of a sudden, the entire Western economic hegemony is starting to look very shaky. And so as a result of that, Trump's even losing the greedy folks, the wealthy folks who he had in his pocket when, his magosphere, the ones who can't spell MAGA, have started to deteriorate because they're just looking around and say, wait a minute, man, you do all this crazy ICE crap.
Yeah.
Well, what about my groceries?
Yeah.
So it's impacting the dude.
Up to yesterday, I saw a Hispanic guy. They were interviewing him, and he voted for Trump, but now he's against it, and it came down to his pocket, his table.
Well, but see,
You've seen the same thing with Palestinians in Metro Detroit.
Yeah.
A lot of them said, "I'm not voting for Kamala. She's a warmonger." Okay, all right. I can understand people who have family in Gaza being upset with the Biden administration for not doing. I honestly can. But did they think that Trump was going to be better? In fact, it's gotten worse. Did they really think that it
We
was
have
going to
more
be
wars
different?
than they're in more places now than before he came in.
Well, the thing about it, what makes me angry is that he was in once before. They can't remember that.
Yeah, man. Everybody caught amnesia on that.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the same things that are happening this time happened last time. The same incompetence, the same corruption, the same embarrassing
Things
behavior.
he's doing now, he wanted to do then. But there were folks in the cabinet who prevented him.
Yeah.
Right now, he made certain he had none of that quality people.
Yeah.
He has only people like Miller who could only say, yes, sir.
And how about this woman? She gonna try to clear up what he said,
Oh, Lord.
Well, he didn't. He I mean,
The girl is ridiculous.
she's stupid.
Let me say it nicely.
Stupid.
She's
and
ridiculous.
a fool,
Because she has no integrity, man.
No.
And she'll say what he tells her to say and try to sell it.
Yeah.
And people just aren't buying it, man. That's the reason why. If you look at the support Trump once had, at the time of the election, certainly thereafter, a lot of that were people who were independents, libertarians, or the traditional Republicans who were more interested in their stock portfolio and keeping the neighborhood segregated than anything else. They weren't worried about the price of eggs. They got plenty of money. They weren't worried for the stuff that the blue-collar Republicans, which should be an anomaly, were worried about. But in a political clock, this has been speed reading, man. He's lost that support in a matter of months because people are looking at the reality on the ground. And again, they're looking at their investment portfolios diminishing. They're looking at the cost of goods. And now you're seeing farmers, you're seeing ranch owners, you're seeing people who own slaughterhouses who can't get their labor in, who don't have a market anymore.
Right.
It's like, well, damn, man, you took away my labor force. Even if I had a market, I couldn't service it.
Yeah.
And then you made sure I never would be able to because you took away the market by pissing off the Chinese with these stupid tariffs.
Yeah.
And then they take the market and it switches to Argentina, and you give them a $40 billion handoff to get started. I mean, and even the dummies can see that this dude is on something else, man, and it ain't about them. He is the best return on investment that Vladimir Putin could have ever made. For the price of a few $1 million.
And
he's got this dude putting the United States at odds with all its post-World War II allies, has ruined our economy, has set it up so it's going to take years, if not decades, to return, if ever.
Be 20 years.
And he's got the country divided to the point that people are at each other's throats. I don't know about you guys, but I often see advertises for a concert this summer or a place, camping out here, and I'm like, man, that'd be cool. Nah.
Hey, man.
Because too many guns out there, too many crazy people. It almost makes you want to stay home all the time.
Well,
man.
it's like...
so thank you, Trump.
I didn't go last year, first year that I didn't, go to Seattle, go to California, Denver someplace. It's like everywhere you go now, bunch of guns.
Yeah, it's dangerous out there, man.
And it's like...
You step out your house.
Right,
Yeah, you step out your house.
Nowadays, you don't even have to step out because they're authorized to come in.
Yeah. And I'm hoping, and, we have to wait to see Friday what the Democrats going to hold out.
I think they will.
And get some of these things, man.
If they don't,
well, let's tell the audience.
Everybody should leave them.
Let's tell the audience what the Democrats are doing. And they're refusing to vote for this economic package that would continue resolution that would continue to fund ICE. And they're saying, no, we're not going to do it.
Right.
We're not going to fund the government as long as that's on the table.
Yeah.
And they've been holding fast. Yeah. So Friday is the due date. We're going to see. But,
I hope they don't give it.
Yeah, I don't think they have any. I don't think they have any political capital to expend or any political blowback that they need to worry about by saying we're not funding the government under these circumstances. I think the vast majority, hell, you got 60% of Republicans who think that ICE is going too far.
Yeah.
And it's in the high 80s, low 90s of Americans who say that same thing. So man, they're starting to see this dude for what he is.
And
there's still a lot more to be seen.
And the thing is that I was watching yesterday on NBC, one of those channels I was watching, and this lady was talking to this Hispanic Republican. He was a senator from somewhere in Florida. I mean, no, not Florida. Texas,
what did he say?
Texas.
What did he say? You probably talking about Cuellar.
No, it wasn't Cuellar.
But what did he say?
First time I ever seen the guy. Anyway, he was saying, and this lady was asking him about some of those things, and asking him about some of the things that the Democrats want them to get rid of before they vote for these people, And he's, we ain't gonna get rid of that, and we ain't gonna do that.
I think I know who you mean. I don't know the name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and the thing is that I just don't know, man. Democrats still might give up.
It's possible.
I hope they wouldn't.
Well, because who's negotiating the thing? The old guy.
Schumer.
Yeah, Schumer.
Yeah, he's supposed to be. He's the minority leader of the Senate. He's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But him and he's a disappointment, man. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. He's a very big disappointment. In other news, man, that we saw last week, we saw 3 million more files be dropped on Epstein, and man, the information.
38,000 references.
38,000 references to Donald Trump, and there's a couple interesting things came out as a result of that. When these files drop, people may not know this, but they don't drop already with redactions and censorship in place. The files come out. They come out to people all over the world. And as a result of that, we just heard yesterday that France, Lithuania, Poland, and England are saying, we're reviewing the documents and we're going to start pursuing criminal indictments against the people within our political judicial jurisdiction for participating in this, because this is a worldwide thing, and it's looking like it's being led by Ain't Real and Mossad. But you're going to start seeing people going to trial and having their laundry revealed in public in front of a jury and then sentenced appropriately. Meanwhile, you got Closet Queen Mike Johnson doing everything he can to help block the release of these documents unencumbered. But even with that, they keep letting out the most horrible things, man. We just found out this weekend that there is a ranch out in New Mexico that Epstein owned, and that he had young children going there, and they were grooming them before they sent them east or to the island. And they actually had this barn built. Listen to the story, man. And the local jurisdiction, this is in the files. This ain't a story. This is actually, it's either under oath testimony, or you have police files of investigators who said, this is what I saw. And they had a sheriff department there who had been pulled off the case because the local district attorney had been pulled off this investigation because the feds happened. The feds didn't do a damn thing. Meanwhile, this guy, he's only a little ways from retiring. He says, I'm going to keep on looking into this. And he's writing notes and sending emails to his peers and the people he report to. And one of the things he said he saw, he said they have what appears to be an incinerator inside of this barn. And it looks like they are burning things with high heat. So,
sound like a crematorium.
Then you have other young people who come out of there, and they're screaming up and down about witnessing murders of babies. Babies. I ain't talking about babies like you call your 16-year-old daughter baby, or me, my 30 or 22-year-old daughter's my babies. No, talking about babies like
little babies.
Babies that can't walk or talk yet. Crawling diapers. They're in there crying, these young people. They got videos of it saying, I don't want to kill anymore. They're crying. How did this happen? They show where he had my hand like that and he made the knife go back and forth. These are babies saying this is what they're forced to do to kill literal babies. This is in the Epstein files, man. And this is part of the stuff that just came out this weekend. So again, we're well beyond just a rape circle. We're talking about some demonic, sick stuff. Now, you know I ain't no Bible thumper, but for the people who are, and if you're looking for satanic activity and demonic behavior, sister, brother, don't look any further than the Epstein files, and some of these people from all over the world, some of your most prominent leaders were involved in this. And this was released this week. There's so much stuff. We're talking 3 million different documents, right? Each document may be anywhere from a half a page to 10 pages. And in those documents, we're talking about videos, photographs, grand jury testimony. We're talking about evidence. We're not talking about hearsay and gossip. We're talking about firsthand witnesses telling authorities what they saw. And this is where we are.
Nothing has been done.
Well, I think what you're going to see, Paget, is, especially after this weekend, I didn't see it because I wasn't paying all that close attention to it, but there's supposed to have been an ad in the Super Bowl yesterday where some of the Epstein survivors, who are grown women now, were holding up pictures of themselves as teenagers or preteens and saying that we need to keep pressing on to this thing and, in other words, keeping the pressure up. And then you had the statement coming out of the European Union where all these European countries saying, we're going to have investigations, and we're going to have criminal indictments, and we're going to have trials. And then you're starting to see more and more people who have all of a sudden, man, been very difficult to reach, become very inconspicuous. So I think the pressure's building. And the idea that nothing ever happens and they always get away with it, I can concede that that's typical, but they may not be able to get out of this one,
You
man.
probably might see quite a few. Not murders, but I'm going to say it nice, self-murder.
Oh, of course.
Not homicide. But if you want to say homicide, self-homicide.
What you're going to also see a lot of, you're going to see circular fire squads.
Yes.
A lot of these people are turning on each other.
Yes.
And you've got people like Tillis in North Carolina, who's actually just eviscerating the entire Trump administration, with the one exception of Trump himself. He won't criticize Trump, but Pam Bondi and the rest of these fools, Cross-Eye Patel and all them cats, he's going in on them. And you're seeing more and more of them.
They're gonna get hurt. They're gonna try to run though. They're gonna
run for office or run away?
Run out of the country. They're gonna try to run out.
Before I forget, at one of these parties, Trump was accused of raping a 12-year-old girl, which ain't out of the main. That's been alleged in other of the Epstein documents. Yeah. But what made that stand out so much, to me at least, Dumb and Dumber were there, his two sons, and his daughter, Ivanka, was there.
Was at
this party where they're raping underage children, and they saw their daddy take his diaper wearing ass off. So, well, maybe he hadn't been ruined by then at that time. But they saw this. Now, we're all fathers here. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things I've done in my life I'd never do in front of my children, man.
No.
And we ain't even talking about something as serious as horrible as that. And he has no gumption at all.
Well, the man don't
showing his children who he really is.
He don't care about anything but money. That's all.
He cares about something else too. What he was doing in the Epstein files. Sick bastard.
Yeah.
Hey man, and you got Jim Jordan, Andy Biggs.
Well, a lot of those names came out.
Lindsey Graham, all these different prominent politicians, man.
Came out in some of these
Clarence Thomas
reports.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is again, until we get something, and you said they come out with some new stuff today.
No, this is last weekend. I think it was
online?
Thursday or Friday. Yeah. Department of Justice, DOJ, Epstein files. You can find it. You read it for yourself. There's so much there, man, that everybody has their own method. I saw this one woman who said she looks for grand jury testimony. Another woman said that she looks for investigative notes from authorities, police.
That's .gov,
Another
right?
guy said, yeah, it's .gov. Another guy said, I look for the videos and pictures, because when you run into those, then you can forward back and forth and get the story, fill in the blanks. Mm-hmm. There's all kind of stuff in there, man. I mean, there have been credible allegations of rape, kidnapping, murder, and cannibalism in the Epstein files. And of course, the mainstream media is holding back on that because that hasn't been proven. It's only been alleged. You didn't mind alleging when some black kid did something.
Yeah.
Wait a second. You don't have to worry if you're alleged. You're saying it was alleged. They can't hold you on that.
But everything they're reporting has been alleged. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Everything they're reporting that, this name was in there.
It's still an allegation?
This name was in there. There's a picture in there that you saw just like I saw. How come you ain't talking about that? Yeah. How come you're not telling the public? Like, for example, they said, last week they had pictures of nude teenagers, and they didn't block their view. But they blocked the picture of the politician. Isn't that a shame? Why don't you tell the public what those pictures were portraying?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. What were they doing at the time those pictures were taken?
Yeah.
Stop censoring.
And
they redacted those pictures for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they were prima facie criminal activity on its face. Ain't no explaining away a grown man who's got a pot belly and hair on his chest, putting his private parts in the private part of a girl who hasn't even reached puberty yet. They're showing that stuff, and the New York Times won't say it.
No.
Who are they protecting, man?
Protecting those guys who's in it.
I want to believe they might have video as well.
They do have video. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They've got videos.
Okay,
they've got pictures.
So I thought was just
like I said, one of the women who's commenting on the online on the DOJ's release said, no, it was a guy. I take that back. He said, I look for the videos and the pictures because there's usually an explanation either preceding it or proceeding it about why this is in there. So they've got just about everything except for Trump saying, I did it, come arrest me in those files. And they're trying to act like it's controversial. It ain't controversial.
Trump said Epstein and him have the same taste in women.
On the younger side.
And Epstein likes them on the younger side. that says he likes them on the younger side too because they have the same taste.
Remember, this is the man who said, I like to go into the dressing room
Yes.
of the Teenage USA package, which I own because I own it. I can go in there and inspect them. I'm inspecting them.
Crook.
Beautiful. I mean, man, beautiful girl. I mean, man, these are babies, man. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And what another thing that came out this weekend, while we're talking about things that dropped, was he said that he fell out with Epstein over property on off West Palm in Florida that him and Epstein were bidding on, and Epstein beat him, and he was mad at him about that. And then he tried to change that into that he stopped talking to Epstein because he took away one of his employees and took her. And like, really? Now we're finding out that all the way into the end of Trump's first term until Epstein was murdered, I'm sorry, he killed himself.
He ain't killed
that
himself.
he was still in communication with Epstein. Epstein came to the damn White House, and his children were going out to lunch and dinner with him.
Yeah,
and then they want
Epstein
to tell,
cellmate.
and then they want to tell you, and then they want to tell you that they cut off all contact with him.
Yeah.
Stop lying, man.
well, you know, the man is a liar.
Epstein's cellmate. Don't I go back and say he ain't killing himself. This guy, Nicholas Tata Goline, whatever I pronounce, a quadruple murderer and former police, filed a pardon/commutation petition last summer in which he claimed that Epstein was deliberately exposed to violence in the hope that he would not survive long enough to stand trial. And another piece that somebody else had and read said the guy said, they put him in the cell with Epstein because they know he said anybody mess with kids, he will kill them. And they put him in there. He said, well, what a reason they put me in there for? He literally attacked the guy, left him almost dead, but he came through. And this was like 3 weeks before he actually died.
Well, you also have a guy in the prison who said that they came in and handcuffed Epstein, took him out of the cell, removed him from the area, and then he never came back. And at the time that Epstein went missing, the cameras stopped working.
Yes.
And all the surveillance information stopped working. And we're starting to think that maybe Epstein was removed and his body was replaced with a body double that looked like him, and he's chilling over in Tel Aviv somewhere. There's a lot of things going on with Epstein himself that are dubious.
You never know.
Hey, man,
and even when they said there's a picture the FBI produced that's somebody looks like in prison outfit in Epstein's room. Yeah. Even though they claim nobody else was in that room.
Well, what do you think? You think maybe he's not dead?
Epstein was part of a worldwide money laundering and intelligence sharing.
And there's a lot of big fish
worldwide. And I don't think that he was allowed to be murdered or killed himself because he was too valuable. Yeah. He did a good job. And we need to talk about this on another show. There have been Epsteins before. We had during the Nixon administration a pedophile ring. Mm-hmm. with people offing themselves when it became apparent that they were being found out. We had another ring in the late 50s, early 60s under Eisenhower and Kennedy that did the same type of thing to Epstein. So this has been going on a long time, man. And we've got some sick people out here who have desires to do some of the most horrific things that you could imagine a human being doing to another human being, especially children. Yeah. It's something that needs to be finally
I think those
reconciled.
Folks assumed they're too big for anybody to touch, so they'll be safe. And a lot of these kids that are missing, you don't know if they made it to that incinerator.
No, we don't. All right, that's it for tonight. And my name is Ahmad Shakaraki. We'll catch you at the next block for more Street Talk. Peace.
Peace to John Benet Ramsey. Whatever happened to her?
Yeah.
Listen, that crossed my head, you know.
Yeah.
That crossed my head.
Yeah, man.
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.